Hello and welcome to Paws Club. I'm Melanie Sly and I'm here with Bailey Higgs today, and she brought with her.
This is Short Round. He is a sable ferret.
Really? How old is he?
He's about 9 years old.
Well, when did you get him?
I got him at Pets Plus, which is right next to the Town and Country Center.
So how did you know you were ready to get a ferret?
Ferrets are more like exotic animals, and I have had experience with many other exotic animals, and I felt that I was ready for a ferret.
So what are the precautions you have to take to be ready for a ferret?
Pretty much knowing that if you are not to have a very busy schedule, I suggest that basically don't have very small children around ferrets. They can be bitey. They can be one place and sneak around the corner and be gone another. You have to keep an eye on them, and just sometimes if you have a busy schedule, you can lose track and they can get into trouble that might be deadly. So that's basically it.
Do they require a lot of attention?
Yes, they have a very high metabolism, so they want to be out running around all the time. So giving them enough attention and care is very good to have for when having a ferret.
Well, what kind of food do you feed to a ferret?
I give him, some people actually give ferrets cat food, but I give them a basic ferret formula. I started out with Marshall formula, and then I went on to a adult formula.
Well, where can you get ferret food, just out of curiosity?
Basically any kind of pet store. Jack's Aquarium is definitely one of the places where I do get good ferret food. It just depends on the percent of protein you need for them, because they do have a high metabolism and they do need to have a certain weight to them in order to stay healthy.
Oh, I see. Oh, he's very cute. So what about keeping clean? Are ferrets like self-sufficient, or do you have to wash them?
It really all depends on how tolerant an owner is with their smell. They do have a smell to them. It's an oil in their skin. They're they were domesticated in Egypt and in ancient Rome, and that oil keeps their skin. It's almost like a sunblock protectant against the sun, and it can get very smelly over time, just due to the fact that it is very smelly. They have their unique smell. So I do give them a bath about twice a month. But if you do give them a bath too much, their skin can dry out and their fur can get very unhealthy.
So can they be outdoor animals as well, since you mentioned like a sunblock, or do they prefer inside?
I do prefer them being an inside animal. Some people do have an outside carrier, outside like a little fence they can run around, but also you just got to watch out that they do not escape, because they cannot live out in the wild. They will die within a few days. So you just have to take that precaution if you do want your ferret outside sometimes.
Well, do they get along with other animals very well, or are they like a loner by nature?
They do love to play with other ferrets. They'll find ways to just look into other places for animals. I do have 2 cats, and he just loves to jump on them and play with them, and they may not like it, but he does. So they do love to play with other animals, and that's just what their nature is, to be with other animals.
So if you're going to get a ferret with other animals, you got to make sure they're patient animals and stuff like
Oh
that.
yes, majorly, yeah.
Well, just out of curiosity, where does your ferret sleep at night? I mean, I know you can't let him roam or anything.
Yeah, he does sleep in a cage that is for a ferret. It's 2 stories. He actually sleeps in a hammock, and he loves to curl and sleep in that hammock sometimes. He actually has taken naps with me. He'll snuggle up with me and just take some cat naps.
Oh, that's really cute. You mentioned earlier he was a very playful animal. Does he like certain toys?
He likes certain hide and seek items. He'll hide things, food, stuffed animals. He'll hide them in corners and leave them there, and then I'll have to get behind things and get them. But yeah, he does love to play with certain stuffed animals and chew on them, so he is a very playful animal at times.
Yes. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the animal. He's very cute.
Yes. A certain thing that's very funny about ferrets is that you can actually hold them by the scruff, and it actually relaxes them. And at times they'll yawn, and their whole entire body will relax. And I don't know, it's just they were born
like
with
loose
it.
skin up there?
Yes, it's like a loose skin, and it releases chemicals through their body, you know, and it helps them relax and stuff. Almost like how puppies and kittens have when they're under danger, when the mother grabs them by the scruff, it calms them. So ferrets have that, it has that as well.
Now, are there any health issues that you have to worry about with a ferret? Like if you're going to get one and you...
Yes, they do need their shots, rabies shots, and also what people don't realize is that they are a high maintenance animal. They do need their teeth cleaned. They will get teeth cavities and teeth rot, and you do need to clean their teeth, and also that their ears can get ear infections when they're in water. And when you're taking them a bath, you just got to take that precaution to clean their ears and stuff, to get all the nasty gook and wax out of their ears. But other than that, they're a good animal to have. So.
Well, just out of curiosity, their claws, do they ever need to be cut, or are they always...
Yes, sometimes it's really hard to cut a ferret's nails because they just get scared. They're not quite used to it because where they come from, they're just not used to being handled like that and having their paw out and getting their nails trimmed. But I do trim his nails, his front nails especially, so he's able to climb up on my bed and stuff. So.
And they're not vicious by nature, so you usually don't have to worry about the claws or being bit, like, besides being playful.
No, as long as you handle them and teach them good manners and stuff, then no, they will not bite or scratch at you. It's just they have to be around people and get used to it and realize that you shouldn't bite on my hand that hard. So it just takes some learning. So.
Well, if somebody wanted to get a ferret, are there any extra tips that you would like to share?
Yes. No matter what animal you get, especially a ferret, I believe that you should go into research, internet, a book, go to the pet place and ask some questions. And also for financial reasons, if you're having trouble supporting yourself or your family, you should probably not get an animal, just because that for the medical bills, sometimes you don't realize how much you're going to pay for that animal for medical bills or when it gets sick. So just make sure you research and are able to afford the animal. So.
Exactly.
That's all I have to say about that. So.
Well, thank you for coming today.
Yes, thank you for having me on the show.
No problem. Mind if I pet your ferret real fast?
Yes.
All right. And now I'd like to introduce my next guest, Jason Key, and he brought with him
Chance.
He's a beautiful dog. What kind is he?
Setter mix.
Setter mix. How old is he?
He is about 6 or 7.
6 or 7? And where did you get him?
My dad's friend at work, he had an extra pup, so he just gave it to us.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
Well, when did you get him? How old were you?
I was like in 6th grade. I was like 15.
Was your family ready for a dog? What were the preparations you had to take?
Well, we had to buy a bed and a cage and food and stuff like that.
What kind of food does he eat?
He eats dog food.
What
mostly.
type?
Purina.
Purina?
Yeah.
Does he have any treats or anything special that he likes to eat?
Yeah, like dog treats.
What type? Like Milk-Bone?
No, yeah, like Milk-Bone.
Milk-Bone?
Yeah.
Does he do any tricks?
He can sit down,
He can sit?
roll over, and lay.
Well, what are some of the responsibilities that come with having a dog?
We have to walk him,
How many times a day do you walk him? Like once or twice?
once.
Once? What about sleeping preparations?
Well, we just put him usually in his cage in the basement.
It's great?
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you have any other pets at home?
We have a cat and a chihuahua.
And now, is your dog good at interacting with them, or is he territorial?
Oh, he's good.
Does he ever have any problems at home?
No,
No problems?
no
Like
problems.
no habits or anything?
No, he doesn't chew on anything or anything. So it's good.
Well, what are some tips that you would give to people who have dogs? Like, what are some of the preparations that you would tell them that they need?
Well, they have to be patient for one, and buy a bunch of food.
Well, Chance wasn't always so behaving when he was little. Was he very hyper?
Yeah, pretty hyper.
Was he? Well, what are the stuff that you had to teach him to calm down? And
Well, we really didn't teach him that much. He just calmed down himself.
he did?
Yeah.
Does it come with the age?
Yeah.
So if you were giving people tips if they wanted to get a dog, that they have to be very patient with the dog and that they have to get sleeping arrangements in order ahead of time. They have to get food prepared. What about health and stuff? What about baths?
Well, we bathe them once a week,
Once a week?
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, is there a special kind of shampoo you have to use for dogs? Can you use human shampoo or
No,
does that hurt them?
no. But we use whitening shampoo for him since he's white.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure.
He's a beautiful dog.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. What about health arrangements? Does he visit the vet? Does he need any shots or something?
Well, he hasn't been to a vet in a while since he got
His
his
shots and
Yeah.
stuff? All right. And you said he was fixed?
Yeah.
It's good to fix dogs because we don't want to overpopulate the planet.
Oh,
And
no.
it's good to take care of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's such a sweetie. Can you get him to sit for me?
If I had food.
If you had
treat or
food?
something.
Oh, chance. So who's he most attached with in your family?
Probably me,
Mm-hmm.
my sister.
Do you have to play with him?
Yeah.
Does he require attention?
A lot of attention.
A lot of attention? Did you have him first before you got your other animals?
No.
What animal did you have first? Did he come like second or last?
Third, actually. We had
Third?
a cat, other
Mhm.
dog first, and cat. And
Well, you had some other pets with him. Did he didn't mind like sharing the attention or anything?
not really.
Not
the cat
really?
didn't really like him, though.
But he was very well behaved?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you were getting a dog, you'd also have to make sure that your animals were very compatible and stuff.
Yes.
Well, what were some of the precautions you took for your cat? You said that she's kind of temperamental and
Well,
stuff.
she just ran away most of the time.
She ran
I
away?
hit him or something.
Well, how'd you get them to get along?
Well, they really still don't get along, though. But they stay in separate
They
rooms.
avoid each other and
Yeah.
stuff? Okay. Well, that's very nice. Oh, how much does your dog weigh?
70 pounds.
Is
60.
Is he on the kind of a special diet or anything, or
No.
do you feed him like all day? Do you leave his food out or feed him at special times?
We leave it all day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And he doesn't have problems with overeating?
No.
Well, what are some of the health precautions like your dogs can get and stuff?
Well, he had parvo, so
He did?
yeah.
What was some of the treatment that you had to go through?
We gave him a shot at the vet.
You just took him to a veterinarian?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming today. And thank you, Chance.
You're welcome.
And now I'd like to introduce my next guest, Alyssa Key, and she's here today with
Spike.
Oh, he's a cute little dog. How old is he?
He's about 6, we're not sure.
6? You're not sure. So when did you get him?
We got him last fall.
Where did you get him?
A friend of my dad, they rescued him from his last owners. They moved away and left him in the house alone. So he was there all by himself for a while, and then somebody rescued him. And
Did you have to fill out any papers or just like get him registered in your name or anything?
No, not
No problems? Well, what were some of the stuff that you prepared for? You obviously thought about rescuing him and stuff.
Mhm.
Did you have to get any like treats, sleeping arrangements ahead of
Yeah,
time?
we had to get him a new spot because we have another dog, so we had to share the space. And we had to get the whole house used to it, like ready for a small dog because we have a bigger dog. That's about it.
Well, you said you had other pets. Did they take to Spike right away?
Yeah, they're real good friends.
They
so
are?
it's good. Yeah.
And he doesn't have any temperamental problems with other animals or anything?
No, not really.
Not really. Well, what were some of the responsibilities that came with a small dog? Is there anything different from having a big dog?
Yeah, we had to fix the backyard so he doesn't squeeze through the fence or anything. Make sure he didn't get out, and fix all this, like make sure all the stairs weren't slippery because he's little and hops down them.
Oh, that's very adorable. What are some of the responsibilities that come with him? Do you walk him a lot?
Yeah, we walk him and our other dog Chance almost every day.
Do you walk them together?
Yeah.
Oh. They don't have any problems with the leash or anything like that?
Sometimes getting tangled up, but that's about it.
Now, what about bath? Do you just put him like a normal bathtub, or he doesn't have any problems with like a bunch of water or anything?
No, first he didn't like it, but now he's used to it, so he likes it now.
So can he swim? Just curious.
We're not sure. In a bathtub, yeah, maybe not a pool or anything.
So you don't fill the bathtub up all the way?
No.
Well, what kind of shampoo do you use? Do you know?
Normal dog shampoo, and if not, we use the shampoo we have at the house.
Well, what were some of the health precautions that you had to take? I mean, did you have to take him to the vet? Had there been any problems?
We've had to take him to the vet. He's fine. There's nothing, any major problems wrong with him.
Just get the regular shots and everything?
Yeah.
Well, what would be a tip that you would give to somebody who was thinking about getting a dog or rescuing one?
I would make sure that your neighbors know about it, because ours didn't, and he didn't like the barking at first, so we had to get it all figured out and everything.
Well, he's not barking now. Is it just like an outdoors thing?
Yeah, any leaf or something that falls, he barks like crazy.
Does he go after squirrels?
No.
No?
Anything else that moves, pretty much.
Did you have to do any training with him?
We've tried ourselves, but he doesn't really listen yet, so we're trying.
But does he have like any problems? I mean, like you had to fix?
Basically like just going outside for the bathroom and.
Because of the rescue in the
Yeah.
house. I gotcha. Well, I like his collar.
Thanks.
Does he is there any other kind of animal that he doesn't like, or has he ever had a problem with any of that?
Mainly, or if we're walking, he'll see a bigger dog and he gets scared of it. But
He gets scared?
Yeah, that's about it.
So he doesn't have a temperamental problem or anything like that?
No,
No?
he's pretty good.
Has there been any like accidents or things that you didn't expect that came with having a small dog?
Not that I can think of.
Not that you
Mainly
can think
just-
of?
Yeah, just the cat, getting used to the cat, maybe.
Well, yeah, cats can be temperamental.
Especially mine.
Was your cat bigger than your dog when you got him?
She still is. Yeah.
Did you have to watch out for your dog?
Yeah.
Well, having a small dog, you do have to take precautions, keep track of them.
Yes.
Looks like he kind of wants down. No, he's a cutie.
Thank you.
How many times have you taken him to the vet? Just curious.
The first time we got him and a couple times after that. A couple times.
And there's
Just
no
for
been any
checkups.
problems?
No.
Do you know of any illnesses that small dogs can get?
I know dogs with the shorter noses can get nasal problems, but I don't know if he has them.
And a normal veterinarian can always take care of that and
Yes.
keep a normal checkup with that. Well, are there any other tips that you would like to give somebody who has a dog?
Just make sure you're house proof and your dog's gonna be good friends with any pets you already have.
So you don't have any environmental problems with your dog?
No.
All right. Well, thank you for coming today.
You're welcome.
And now I'd like to introduce my next guest, Melanie Sly. And Amanda is here with...
Tiger.
She's a beautiful cat. What kind is she?
She's a Maine Coon.
Maine Coon?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how old is she?
She's about 9 years old.
9 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how old were you when you got her?
I was about 6.
Is she an animal cat? I mean, a family cat?
Yeah, she doesn't, there's too many people. She gets a little scared, but she likes certain people.
She likes
gets
certain
along
people? So you just have to treat her well?
with. Yeah.
Be nice to her?
Mm-hmm.
Well, cats are smart. I mean, if you're going to get one, you have to make sure that it's going to be like a family one that gets along with everybody.
Yeah.
Well, where did you get her from?
Well, our friends gave her to us because she wasn't treated very well, and so then they thought it'd be best if we took her.
And, well, what were some of the health problems that you ran into? I mean, you probably had to take her to a vet and make sure that she was very healthy.
Yeah, she had to get shots and she had to get fixed, and then we had to get her registered under our name, and they had to check for worms and everything.
Well, what would be some precautions that you would, if somebody was going to ask you, hey, I want to get a cat, what should I do beforehand to get ready for it, prepare?
Well, they should make sure they have the right amount of food, and they need to get a bed for it, and make sure they have a water dish for it and a litter box and some toys for it too.
Well, do you have any other animals at home?
Yeah, I have 2 other cats and a dog.
Okay. Well, does this cat get along with everybody else?
Yeah, she gets along with sometime if they bother her too much, then she wants to be by herself.
She's a loner cat.
Yeah.
But you don't really have problems with territory or
No.
constant confrontation.
No.
Is she declawed?
Yeah, she's declawed in the front, but not in the back, so she can't scratch you at all in the front.
So if you're gonna have a rough cat, it would be better if you get him or her declawed.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of food does she eat?
Well, she'll eat any kind of food. She likes to eat canned food and Purina or whatever. The cat food is.
Well, what kind of diet should a cat be on? I mean, do you just give them dry food all the time?
No, you should try to balance it out, or else she'll stop eating if it's too much of the same thing. Then she gets too used to it. So she likes to eat some like canned foods and just try to like mix it up.
Do cats need to eat canned food?
Yeah, it has stuff in it like that'll help them and stuff.
Does it do anything special for them? Like,
Well, it's easier for them to eat too than
It's
the
easier
dry
for them to
food.
eat?
Yeah.
well, it probably keeps them a little like more nourished and gives them
Yeah.
liquid because. Does she drink a lot? I mean, does she have?
Well, sometimes like it is good because it gives like water and stuff,
Mhm.
and so she can't like. Sometimes she doesn't like drink a lot.
Mhm. She has such a beautiful coat. Do you have to take care of it? I mean, does it come like that automatically? Do you have to give her a bath?
I mean, we have given her baths before and stuff.
Is it required?
You don't have to, but you do need to brush her fur and stuff because she does shed a lot.
So pretty. So does she like? You said she's kind of temperamental. Does she ever get afraid or?
Yeah,
Is it-
when you're brushing her, she's usually okay with that. But when when we've given her a bath before, she gets really angry. It's like we try not to like do that too much.
Well, can you take her outside, or is it
Yeah.
a health hazard, or?
Well, we've taken her outside before, but we try not to too much because we don't want her to get too used to the outdoors in case she gets hit by a car or something. But she doesn't really like it outside anyway, so if we let her out, she'd usually just run back in the house.
All right. So she kind of fluctuates between being a scaredy cat and a temperamental one,
Yeah, she does that.
but she does get along with people.
Yeah, she does.
Well, what were some tips you'd probably give somebody who wanted to get a cat? Is there anything specific that they need to do ahead of time, like for children or if they had other pets?
Yeah, they should probably make sure that their cat that they're gonna get is like used to other cats and it would get along with like other people and stuff. And they need to like make sure that it would be comfortable in the environment.
So are cats for little kids?
I don't think that it's for like really little kids because little kids would probably be like pulling at their ears and stuff, manhandling them.
Well, it's just that little kids always want to get animals, but they don't understand always the responsibility.
Yeah.
All right. I was just curious. Does she have any special treats or anything she gets when she's behaving?
Yeah, we give her these like special treats that if she's like really good and she'll sit and she can shake and then we give her a treat too.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, thank you for coming in today.
Thanks.